Hello and a very warm welcome to all social economic networker. Today we're going to talk about the effective invitation. Last week we were learning a lot about the list of prospects. We learned how to create a candidate list to enroll as many people as possible and how we then divided them into different categories. You remember that? We have divided them into the hot list, the list of acquaintances, the list of referral list, the list of distance one, and the privileged top 20 list in which the 20 best candidates are listed. Now today we will go on to the next step in our cycle of momentum. We're going to learn a lot of how to make an effective invitation. Well, we are right now in moments of many changes worldwide. Therefore, the process of adaptation to this new time is very important in our industry. Before the changes had come along, 80% of our functionality were done presentially, and the rest were done, let's say, virtually. Now it is the other way around. At least 80% is done virtually, and the very most 24% is done presentially. So think of everything we're going to learn here right now today, which gives us a big advantage for what is coming up. So enjoy yourself and take good notes. Well, the cycle of momentum, which means the list of prospects, the invitation, the plan, the follow-up actions, and so on, is a continuous process in which you learn consciously the basics of how to become successful in this fantastic industry, and then you will teach it to other entrepreneurs which are going to be part of your organization. Because as soon as you learn it, as soon as you teach it also to others, you're going to create the so-called duplication effect. And duplication is crucial to being successful in the network marketing industry. There are even people, or let's say even executives, who develop this type of business and don't duplicate it. What does it mean not to duplicate? It means that they are not modeling the cycle of momentum. They don't teach the principles and human values. They don't teach the steps of our guide to success so that people can continue these steps in a consistent manner and create an ongoing success for generations to come. And in this way, as they keep repeating it, people will make it an habit of doing something immediately, doing something spontaneously, because they have already repeated it over and over again. This constant repetition has made this person an expert who knows exactly what to do and what has to be done. Each of the steps, prospecting, the list of prospects, the invitation, the presentation of the business opportunity, and the follow-up are basic concepts that we need to be aware of as we learn and teach them. And if you teach and share these steps, you create a valuable organizational multiplication. Especially today we talk and learn about the section, the effective invitation, which is from our guide to success. As we already mentioned it, we will divide this invitation into 3 to 4 different invitations, because depending on the person we are going to invite, we will be with these people directly or virtually, and we will explain them more professionally and even extensively as we make the invitation. One of the most common mistakes that many people make in this industry when inviting them to a virtual or presential business or presentation is to give the candidate far too much information in advance, which will lead this candidate to prejudge because of the excess of information given. He's prejudiced because he may hear about the products, he may hear about the for-life company, he may hear about different concepts and mean that it is a sales business. And maybe this person doesn't like the sales and thinks that you are invited to sell products or that you want to sell them something, and this person has no money for the products. And that is why we often lose the ability to get people to his first online home meeting or his first presential home meeting. It is an important matter that you sit down with your sponsor prior to the invitation and that you have decided at least 2 days in advance how you will organize this meeting or business presentation virtually or presentially. Because therefore you are in the position to offer your candidate, let's say, several options during the process of invitation. Just to mention it in advance, it will be an important matter we're going to discuss next week in our topic, how to make a successful home meeting. For example, if I want to do the home meeting virtually or presentially on Tuesday 9 p.m., I should have another option on hand, like maybe on Sunday at 7:30 p.m. Why is that so important? Well, if I invite the candidate for Tuesday at 9 p.m. and he is busy because he has a different obligations to hang on with, I should have a second option ready to invite him right away. This increases my ability to invite my candidate to to present the business opportunity virtually or presentially. Keep in mind that in these first presentations we are going to do virtually or presentially. At home, we will do this specifically with people from the hot list. This is the list of people we know very well, our friends, our relatives, our neighbors, our work colleagues, people who know us well and whom we know very well. Therefore, these first two meetings are essential to get this new partner off to a good start, and that you as a sponsor can pass on these principles, that he not only learns them, let's say, theoretically, but can also personally experiment with the emotions that occur in each phase of our business. Therefore, the new team member can also see your capacity, your security, and your trust while making invitation for him. He can then make the invitation himself and then teach it to others. So today we are going to talk about the effective invitation. The first type of invitation we are going to model today is aimed at the people we have listed on our so-called hot candidate list. These are the people who know us very well and who know we do know them very well too. There's a close relationship, such as between family members, your friends, your neighbors, your employees. This group of people generally trust us. And because of this trust, you ask a lot of questions, which means that we mostly give an excess of information. This is one of the main problems, since the excess of information causes many people not to be present at a presential business presentation or not to attend the virtual business presentation. For this reason, when we invite people on the hot list, we recommend doing so according to the third person concept. What do we mean by the third person concept? You want to build up your sponsor well, the person who presents the business opportunity for you virtually or presentially at your home, in order to awaken the interest of your candidate to get to know him or her. In addition, you will build up the team of social economic networker, so that your prospect sees that a whole team of people is involved in this project beyond yourself, and that this team has also inspired your own interest. Because of the thoughts the prospects has, the option of meeting someone who is a great businessman, or also the candidate who is listening to you realizes that you know a team of entrepreneurs who will benefit the candidate. Why is this part so important? Because this candidate or the person who knows you very well sees you as an equal. Maybe he sees you as an unsuccessful person. Maybe he sees you as a person who has never been an entrepreneur. Maybe you have the same financial results, the same or even less. And therefore, it is always appropriate to use the element, the strategy of the third person. Always remember that the person who is listening to you, the person who would like to invite you to a business presentation, thinks that you have met a group of successful people. Let's take a look of how this invitation works. How can you invite your prospects from the hot list candidates with the help of your sponsor or with the help of the third person concept? What do we mean by the third person concept? Well, it's building up. It's all about building up your sponsor and building up the team of social economic networker properly, to arouse the candidate's interest attending and listening to the business opportunity. It is very effective. Why? Because the people who usually know us very well and who are familiar with us may not see us as successful entrepreneurs, but rather as colleagues. Therefore, it is highly recommended to use the concept of the third person to arouse the curiosity of the candidate who is a close friend or family member. And in order to arouse also the interest of all those people on the hot list so that they can also attend the business presentation too. Let's see what the sequence would look like. Also, you pick up the phone and call this first person on your hot list. Let's name her Jessica. We are greeting first Jessica like, "Hello Jessica, how are you? How are the children? How is the family?" That is how we always do it. We greet first, don't we? So the second question you will be asking is, "Jessica, do you have a minute for me?" Why is it so important to ask this question? Because Jessica may be cooking or doing something else and has no time to listen to you. If Jessica says she has a minute, go to the third part of the call, which is really the reason for your call. "Jessica, I would like to tell you briefly why I'm calling you. Have you heard about Social Economic Networker?" Most likely Jessica will say no, and you will continue your phone call. "Fine, then let me explain you shortly, Jessica. The Social Economic Network is a global team of entrepreneurs who have taught worldwide countless people in entire families of over 20 years how to build a safe, great and healthy lifestyle in times of great changes. We teach people how to improve income with less work. And right next to me is Dr. Emilio Nevares, who is a member of this team, a superb, successful businessman. I would like to introduce him to you. Just give me your attention." So what are you doing now? You pass the phone over onto Dr. Emilio, so that Dr. Emilio takes control of the call. Remember that your sponsor is mostly more experienced and confident and is better prepared to deal with possible objections, or even better with the conclusion of the meeting to invite their new candidate to the next business presentation. Now, what will Dr. Emilio do? He takes over the phone and will greet Jessica with a motivating, "Hello! Hello Jessica, how are you? Well, Mr. Vannebecker tells me that you are an intimate friend of his. It is very nice to get you to know. Look, my name is Emilio Nevares. I'm a member of a global entrepreneurial team called Social Economic Networker. We are now looking for key people in this region, people with an open entrepreneurial attitude. We would like to expand our project in this region, and your friend, Mr. Vannebecker, thought of you, Jessica. Allow me to ask you another question. On Tuesday at 9 p.m. I will be here personally with Mr. Vannebecker, and I would like to ask you if we can meet to talk to you about the details of this project. I would also like to ask you, Jessica, if you would have the opportunity to earn a very good income without leaving what you're doing right now, would that be interesting for you?" How could Jessica answer this question? Saying yes or saying no? And if Jessica says yes, we say, "Well, can we meet at Mr. Vannebecker's place next Tuesday at 9 p.m. to discuss the details?" If it's a presential home meeting, of course. And if it's going to be a virtual home meeting, then it would be something like this. "Jessica, can we meet together with Mr. Vannebecker using a video conference Zoom on next Tuesday at 9 p.m. to discuss the details?" And if Jessica says, "Yes, perfect," then we keep on saying, "It has been nice talking to you, Jessica, and I'm looking really forward to meet you on Tuesday. I wish you a very nice day," and end of the conversation. Now it can happen that Jessica keeps asking, "Dr. Emilio, what is this all about? Explain me a little bit more." Now Dr. Emilio will answer this objection. This enables us to guide the candidate to the end of the appointment and to bring her to the business presentation of the home meeting. And if Jessica would like further explanations, Dr. Emilio will answer, well, something like this. "Jessica, explaining all of this over the phone would not be very professional, but I can tell you in advance that it is a great business opportunity to meet people, to help them to get a better income. Do you want to earn a better income? What will Jessica answer? Of course. So Jessica, then it would be advisable that we meet at Mr. Vannebecker's place on Tuesday at 9 p.m. to discuss all the details there. Is that okay with you? Do you think we can meet at 9 p.m. next Tuesday? Jessica says yes, close the appointment and end of the conversation. And if it's a Zoom meeting, then we're going to say something like, Jessica, then it would be advisable that we meet at a Zoom meeting on Tuesday at 9 p.m. to discuss all the details there. This is the call from your sponsor. It is a simple call, but it is a very important call. Occasionally, it can also happen that the person we are calling may not be able to have time at that moment. For example, he is not able to attend a home meeting presentially or for some reason not even virtually, but he may ask for more information. So here it will be important to look out for an agreement of time to make a Zoom meeting another day. Time is life and life is time. In case to hand over physical information, we use the contact materials that are available to us worldwide. This material helps us if a candidate cannot spend time to attend the meeting presentially or virtually, but ask for more information. In this case, you can answer as an example, no? Mrs. Jones, I have more information for you here. I will send this information to you with your friend, Mr. Brown, so that you can evaluate it. We can then sit down to see what you like most about the information. Is that okay with you? If Mrs. Jones agrees, answer, great, then Mr. Brown will bring you the information. And you end the call. This happens occasionally, and it's a form of continuity in order not to lose the potential candidate. The aim is to use this information to arouse the candidate's interest so that he can attend a presentation of the business opportunity. In these cases, we can also send a link of a potential video to the future team members who need further information. It is a video that does not contain any product company information. It is a video designed to arouse the candidate's curiosity and interest. We will now see what the call to the candidate on your hot list would look like if your sponsor cannot be present on the invitation call. It is very important to understand that as many candidates as possible are invited, because the more candidates you invite, the greater your chance of having a successful home meeting at your home or a successful online home meeting. We know from experience that not all invited prospects will attend the business presentation. For this reason, you should follow with these defined patterns your hot list, which means your family members, your friends, your acquaintances, your neighbors, your employees, or your working colleagues, or people with whom you have a close relationship, so that is a little bit easier for you to invite your candidates. Let's take Jessica again as an example. Also, we pick up the phone, you're calling. Hello Jessica, how are you? How is the family? How are the children? Do you have a minute for me, Jessica? I would like to tell you briefly why I'm calling. Have you ever heard of the Social Economic Networker? I recently got to know this team of international entrepreneurs. They have been teaching people how to earn a better income with working less hours for over the last 20 years. Now, it is an invitation for online presentation. Then we say it more or less like this. I just met one of these great entrepreneurs named Dr. Emilio Nevares, and he will be connected by Zoom on Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. And if it's going to be a presential business presentation, then we're going to say it more like this. I just met one of these great entrepreneurs named Dr. Emilio Nevares, and he will be at my place on Tuesday evening at 9 p.m. And then we carry on saying, well, I spoke to Dr. Minio and he told me that he was looking for key people around here to comment and present the project. May I ask you a question, Jessica? If you had the opportunity to make a better income or get on an additional income without leaving what you're doing right now, would you care about it? Would that be interesting for you? So what will Jessica say? Of course, that sounds very interesting. Now, the other question that will come from Jessica is, what is this all about? Well, Jessica, I don't have all the details, but I know it is a great project I'm in. Just listen briefly. You and I have worked very hard all our lives, and I would like to live a completely different lifestyle. I want to get a better income, look for better opportunities. I believe that Dr. Emilio Nevares offers a great option that we can both benefit from. Do you think you can be with us on Tuesday at 9 p.m. to find out all about the details? Now, what can Jessica answer? Yes or no? If she says no, well, good night, Jessica. Take care. Gonna see you soon. And you end the call. It is very easy. It is important that both the call from your sponsor and the call you may have made yourself confirm the invitation a day or two in advance. Confirmation is very important, because if we confirm the invitation of our candidate, the effectiveness is much successfuler for the home meetings. So we will confirm the appointment with Jessica. You call Jessica and you greet with a, "Hello Jessica, how are you? I call you to remind you that tomorrow, Tuesday, 9 p.m., Dr. Emilio Nevares will be with us, and I would like to know if you will attend the meeting." And if she says, "Super, then we see us tomorrow." So that's the procedure to tell you that there is no exact way to make the invitation. It's just an idea. It is an idea to have a model on hand, and the models help the new team member to make the invitations. Why? Because every time we call someone, we talk to a person on the other side of the line that is a very different person compared to other persons. There are people who ask a lot. There are people who are very open, who says quickly yes. There will be many different situations. It is therefore very important that you have a large list of prospects and that you can invite as many candidates as possible to ensure good participation. A good presence in a home meeting doesn't have to be hundreds of people. There can be 4, 5, 6, up to 10 candidates who are present at your online meeting or at your home meeting in the presentation. Because what we are looking for are candidates who are looking for something. Within this group of people, 1 or 2 new team members may appear. 2 or 3 new customers may appear. And so we can all start their business together. So how do I make the invitation when we work with the list of acquaintances? The list of acquaintances are those who know us and we know them, but there is no close relationship. For example, it could be our lawyer, it could be our dentist, it could be our children's teacher, or it could be a mechanic who would repair our motorcycle or car and so on. Therefore, this procedure is very important to understand, that we are not going to invite those candidates to a home meeting or our place because they are people who know a little bit, but we do know have a good relationship with them. We will invite them to the weekly central meeting or coordinate a one-on-one meeting that can take place where that person is located, or that can be by doing it online using Zoom. It could be in the candidate's place or in a quiet coffee shop. You can meet to have a coffee with the person and present a short business presentation of about 10 to 20 minutes. Presentially or virtually. Let's take a look at how the model of this invitation works. When inviting acquaintances, we can use 2 models. In the first model, we can use the contact material that we provide to the candidate, as it may contain information that may interest our prospects. In the second model, we can have a qualified business talk by asking a number of questions and explaining some concepts to the prospect to see if the prospect wants to sit with us to listen to the business opportunity. Therefore, we should understand that there are different ways to invite the candidates of our acquaintance list. Let's talk about the 2 options. The first thing we would like to mention is the use of the tools to contact people online or presentially, so that these prospects receive a first specific piece of information that inspires his interest, so that you can, by the end, sit down and present the business presentation in a one-to-one manner. If you are new to the business, you should ask your sponsor to help you with the presentation. If you have already experience and master the presentation, then of course you can do this presentation by yourself. So let's take a look at how the presentation works, especially when inviting people using the contact material. In order to invite the people from the acquaintance list with the contact material, the sequence we are using when we invite those prospects from the hot list is very similar. There are a few variations. First of all, like always, you will greet the person. Then you will introduce yourself, also briefly. Third, you will ask if he has a minute to listen to you. And fourth, you will explain a little bit of what you want to tell this person. So let's see how this phone call looks like. Let's give an example of a good friend. Let's suppose you call a friend who is a mechanic in the workshop where you're taking your car, and let's say that this person is called Brian. You pick up the phone, you call and greet him. Hello Brian, how are you? I'm Jack Taylor. Do you have a minute for me? If he says yes, continue with the call. I don't know if I have already told you, I'm part of a team of entrepreneurs. Have you ever heard of social economic networker? And if the answer is no, continue with the explanation. Well, Social Economic Network is a team that over the last 20 years has taught people in more than 100 countries around the world how to get a better income working less hours. I was introduced to this team 2 years ago, and today I'm part of this team myself. And I thought of you because you are a person who is always very attentive and helpful. Every time I'm passing by and come along to your garage, I like your attitude very much, Brian. I would like to ask you a question. If you had a way of earning a very good income without leaving what you are doing, would this be interesting for you? What could Brian answer? Of course that would be interesting. And I will then say to him, then it would be nice if you could give me 30 minutes of your time to explain the details of our project, so that you and your family can also benefit from it. When can we meet? Could we meet tomorrow, Brian, or possibly the day after tomorrow? Would you mind if we meet around the corner here in the coffee shop, or would you prefer if we meet at your home to discuss the details? Well, you can also offer him another option. Would you like it that we can meet directly at our online meeting on Tuesday at 9 p.m. because I will meet there with a group of social economic networkers, and I think it would be very nice that you get to know them too. So you should offer different options. This is highly recommended, so that he can either meet you in a coffee shop, or you can meet at his place if he prefers. You may even meet in the same workshop. Or you can invite him to the weekly mega plan. Offer him several options so that he can decide where and how he wants to meet you. So if he says yes, the coordinate, the time and the exact date, there is also a possibility that your prospect may insist that you explain a little bit more over the phone. In this case, use the contact tools and tell the following to Brian. Brian, I can send you more information about the project so that you can have a look at it and evaluate it. Can I come over to your garage to give you the information by myself, or do you prefer that I send it directly to you by email? If Brian tells you to come along, then hand him over the information at any time. We recommend that you use something tangible so that you can get to know Brian better, so that you have a reason to pick up this material again, and maybe it is also an opportunity to present a short business presentation of 10 to 50 minutes. Brian being part of your acquaintance list, this is a very good option. The other option is that you can send your prospect the link of the contact video that will inspire his interest and curiosity. You tell him that you will send him a link to his WhatsApp or to his email address, so that he can watch this video, and that you will call him afterwards to see if he liked the information. And if this is the case, you will coordinate an appointment with him to present him the business presentation. Now, another possibility that you can use is that after you have passed over either the link of the contact video or the information material to Brian by yourself, you can coordinate a video conference with Brian. Today's options are almost unlimited. You can do a video conference via WhatsApp. You can also do it via Zoom. We recommend that you carry out the video conference on a specific date and time so that you can give your prospects a business presentation in 20 to 30 minutes. These video conferences are very important. They are also very effective when personalized, because you speak to your prospects as if you were personally speaking to them by phone. So you have different options depending on how you see the candidate's reaction. You can assist each of these candidates either by using the contact tools, by using the link of the contact video, by meeting them personally in a coffee shop, or by meeting them on the weekly online meeting spot. This business opportunity, whether you do it via video conference to present the business to your candidate or in some other way, it is a question of practice and constant repetition to be able to effectively invite someone. If you have a list of prospects and keep repeating the invitation, you will gain confidence and security. And never forget to keep it as simple as possible. Do it with joy and fun. We do believe that the mental attitude we take when we make the call is very important. It has to be a confident attitude, a positive and optimistic attitude. The person on the other side of the phone must feel that you have a professional business attitude and that you have an outstanding option, a great alternative and a fantastic opportunity for that person. That is why the sound of your voice, the energy with which you present something is worth more than the words that you can express. Therefore, we will make an effective invitation, because the invitation is the step to move the prospects to a business presentation, regardless of whether it is presented in a home meeting or in a one-on-one meeting, whether it is a central meeting or it is a presented meeting via video conference. Invite effectively and you will duplicate your organizations. Well, next week we will continue our SEN Builder training series in English with another great issue. As I said before, we will learn about how to organize a successful home meeting. This is another point of great importance in the correct execution of the cycle of momentum. We have already learned how to create a list of prospects, how to invite our prospects. Now the next chapter of SEN Builder English is about how to run a successful home meeting. We hope that you enjoyed yourself and that we could help you with this information on your way to become a successful social economic networker too. Our team of SEN Builder English would like to thank you for your attention, and we will be here for you next week. Please do not forget to give us a like and subscribe to our channel. We wish you a fantastic week. Thank you.